Good morning all. Our seminar topic is operating system on Raspberry Pi. So next is an introduction part. Raspberry Pi is a small single board computer. By connecting the peripherals like keyboard, mouse, display to the Raspberry Pi, it will act as a mini personal computer. An operating system is a crucial component of any computer system, including Raspberry Pi, and is responsible for managing hardware and the software resources. In this seminar, we will explore the different operating systems that can be installed on the Raspberry Pi, such as Raspbian, Ubuntu, and Windows 10 IoT Core, and their features and benefits. You will learn how to install and set up an operating system on your Raspberry Pi and how to use it for the various applications such as programming, home automations, media centers, gaming, and many more. Next, we'll see what is operating system. It acts an interface between the user and the computer hardware. An operating system is a software program that acts as an intermediary between a user and the computer hardware. It provides a platform for the other software programs to run on. The operating system manages the computer's hardware resources such as the processor, memory, and the storage devices and allocates them to the different software programs as needed. It also manages software resources such as drivers, libraries, and the system utilities and provides a uniform interface for the software programs to interact with the hardware. The operating system provides a user with a user-friendly interface for interacting with the computer, such as graphical user interface or a command line interface. The example of operating system includes Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android, and they are essential for the proper functioning of a computer system. The next is a Linux-based operating system. The first is XBN. It is a small, fast, and lightweight media center distribution for the Raspberry Pi. Next, OpenSUSE. It is an open source community project with a Linux-based distribution. Next, a Raspberry Pi Fedora Remix. It is a software distribution based upon the Fedora ARM secondary architecture project. Next, Fedora. It is a Linux software distribution for the Raspberry Pi computer. Next, Gentoo Linux. It allows user to easily patch almost any source-based package during build. Next, Diet Pi. It is used for automating the Linux installation and configuration process. Next, CentOS. It provides a free and open source community supported computing platform. Next, Kali Linux. It is used to initiate the advanced level security auditing. Next, Nerd SDK. It is a software development kit for Raspberry Pi.
Next, we'll continue with the operating system non-Linux based. The first one is the RISC OS. RISC OS was conceived as one user in system and supports cooperative multitasking by means of its window manager. The next one is the FreeBSD. FreeBSD is a popular server platform and a free and open source Unix-like operating system. FreeBSD can be used as a powerful desktop or a development machine depending on your needs. The next one is the NetBSD. NetBSD provides system call level binary compatibility on the appropriate processor architecture. The next one is Plan 9. Plan 9 is a distributed operating system designed to make a network of heterogeneous and geographically separated computers functions as a single system. The next one is the Windows 10 IoT Core. Windows 10 IoT Core is a version of Windows 10 that is optimized for smaller devices with or without a display that run on both ARM. The last one is Haiku. Haiku is an open source operating system under constant development. Haiku is a fast, efficient, simple to use, easy to learn, and yet very powerful system. The next one will go through the setuping of the operating system. To set up an operating system, we need a SD card with minimum capacity of 8 GB. The first step is formatting SD card. So format the SD card before copying noobs onto it. To do this, first we need to download SD Formatter 4.0 from SD Association website for either the Windows or Mac. The second step, follow the instruction to install the software. The third is insert the SD card into the computer or laptop's SD card reader and make a note of the driver letter allocated to it. The fourth one is in SD formatter. Select the driver letter the SD card is and format it. The second step is the OS installation. So follow the steps to install operating system in the SD card. Go to Raspberry Pi Foundation website and click on download session. The next step is click on noobs, then click on the download zip button under the noobs and select a folder to save the zip file. Next, extract all the files from the zip. Once the SD card has been formatted, drag all the files in the extracted noobs folder and drop them onto the SD card drive. Next, the necessary files will then be transferred to the SD card. Lastly, when this process has finished, safely remove the SD card and insert it to the Raspberry Pi. The third step is first boot. Plug in the keyboard, mouse and monitor cables. Now plug the USB cable into the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi will boot and a window will appear with a list of different operating systems that we can install. Raspbian will then run through installation process. When the install process is completed, the Raspberry Pi configuration menu will load. Here we should set the time, date for our region, enable a Raspberry Pi camera, board or even create users. Lastly, the login information. The default login for Raspbian is username Pi with the password Raspberry. To load the graphical user interface, type Start X and press Enter.
Okay, the next is the Media Center operating system. The OSM is open source. Media Center is a free and open source operating system based on Debian Linux and Kodi project. Open ELEC is a disconnected Linux distribution designed for home theater PCs and based on Kodi Media Player. The next one is Libre ELEC. It is a non-profit fork of Open ELEC as an open source software application. A Linux-based just enough operating system for Kodi Media Player. Next is Audio operating system. Volumio is a free open source Linux distribution based on Raspbian designed to turn a Raspberry Pi into a audiophile music player. The next is Pi Music Box. Pi Music Box is a Swiss Army knife of streaming music on Raspberry Pi. Next one is Rune Audio. Rune Audio comes with the web interface Rune UI, which permits you to browse your music library, control the playback, and to configure the player. The next is Recalbox. The first one is Laka. Laka is a lightweight Linux distribution that transforms a small computer into a full-blown retro gaming console. The next one is PiPlay. PiPlay is a pre-built Raspberry Pi OS made for gaming and simulation. Next is conclusion. Raspberry Pi is a small, affordable, and versatile computer that can be used for wide range of projects. Raspberry Pi supports various operating systems including Raspbian, Ubuntu, and Windows 10 IoT Core, each with unique features and benefits. Raspbian is the recommended operating system for beginners and is optimized for Raspberry Pi hardware. Ubuntu provides more advanced features and can be used for more complex projects. Windows 10 IoT Core offers a familiar interface and tools for developers who are already familiar with the Windows ecosystem. Thank you.